Uh, Virgo, the undercurrents I'm sensing around you right now, and they're shifting. Someone in your orbit might be preparing to break pattern in ways you haven't anticipated. Predictability creates comfort zones. We learn people's rhythms, their typical reactions, their usual boundaries, their standard operating procedures. And those patterns let us relax, stop guessing, assume we know what's coming next. But right now, someone might be about to shatter those assumptions entirely. Uh, Human behavior follows grooves until it doesn't. Until internal pressure builds beyond containment, until circumstances shift enough to make the impossible suddenly feasible, until courage accumulates past the threshold where fear can hold it back. And someone connected to you could be approaching one of those breakthrough moments where the unexpected becomes inevitable. What I'm tuning into isn't randomness. It's purposeful deviation. Someone might be planning something consciously or subconsciously that contradicts everything you'd forecast based on their previous behavior. And that contradiction could catch you completely off guard. Not because you weren't paying attention, but because they've been excellent at maintaining their facade until now. Hold on, let's sit with this for a moment. Here's what makes actions truly unexpected. They emerge from hidden reservoirs of feeling or intention that weren't visible on the surface. Someone might have been processing internally, wrestling with decisions, building courage, reaching conclusions, while presenting an entirely different exterior. And now that internal process could be nearing completion, ready to translate from private contemplation into public action. And when that translation happens, when someone finally acts on what they've been secretly cultivating, those who've only seen the mask get stunned. You might be one of those people. Who in your world has been unusually quiet or distant lately? Let me tell you about the energy signature preceding unexpected moves. There's often a quality of withdrawal first, not dramatic, subtle, like someone pulling back just enough to create operational space, becoming slightly less available, offering fewer explanations, creating tiny gaps in communication patterns. Those gaps aren't accidents, they're preparation, buffer zones being established before the unexpected action launches. Because major moves require some degree of secrecy or internal clarity that exposure would complicate. If you've noticed someone retreating incrementally, that might be significant. Here's what I'm also sensing. This unexpected action could involve confession or revelation, someone finally voicing truths they've been storing, admitting feelings they've been hiding, sharing information that recontextualizes your entire dynamic, not necessarily negative, just previously unknown. And revelations always feel unexpected, even when, in hindsight, signs existed. Because we're conditioned to take people at face value, to believe the story they're telling rather than investigating what's not being said. So when the fuller truth emerges, it lands with impact, regardless of whether clues were available. That impact might be approaching, or perhaps this isn't about words at all. Maybe the unexpected element is behavioral. Someone making a choice that defies their established character, choosing courage over safety, prioritizing authenticity over approval, breaking free from limitations they've accepted for years. Let's talk about what prompts people to do unexpected things. Usually, it's accumulated dissatisfaction reaching critical mass. They've been tolerating something, a situation, a relationship dynamic, a self imposed restriction, and suddenly they just can't anymore. The cost of continuing exceeds the fear of changing. And when that threshold gets crossed, behavior shifts dramatically. The person who never rocks boats suddenly capsizes one. The one who always plays it safe takes enormous risks. The perpetually accommodating individual establishes ironclad boundaries, complete inversions of previous patterns, which might be exactly what's brewing now. What would this person doing something out of character look like? Here's what I'm picking up about your role in this. You might be the catalyst without realizing it. Something about your presence, your choices, your evolution could be triggering their unexpected action. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you're changing the equation they've been working within. And when one variable changes, the whole equation demands recalculation. They might be recalculating right now, reassessing what's possible or necessary or tolerable given who you're becoming or how you're showing up differently. And that reassessment could produce outcomes neither of you anticipated. Butterfly effect in action. Let's see what else is here. I'm sensing something about timing feeling urgent to this person, like they've been waiting for the right moment and either it's arrived or they've realized it's never coming, so they need to create it. That sense of now or never often precipitates unexpected actions. Windows close, opportunities expire, patience depletes, and when someone feels time pressure, real or perceived, they move differently. Take risks they'd normally avoid. Speak truths they'd usually swallow. Make decisions they'd typically agonize over for months, but now must make immediately. That urgency could be building in someone's world, pushing them toward action you won't see coming. What I'm also picking up, this unexpected move might disrupt more than just your dynamic with this person. It could create ripples through your entire ecosystem. Mutual friends reacting, family members weighing in, other relationships adjusting to accommodate whatever shifts. Because major unexpected actions rarely have isolated consequences. They are stones dropped in ponds and ripples travel. So, even if the action itself is directed at or involves you specifically, the reverberations could reach far beyond that initial splash. Prepare for complexity, not just the action itself, but its aftermath. Here's something important about receiving unexpected actions. Your initial reaction might not match your ultimate response. The surprise can trigger knee jerk defensiveness, confusion, or rejection, even if, once processed, you'd actually welcome what's happening. So, if something unexpected lands, consider giving yourself processing time before responding. Don't let shock dictate your reply. Let the information settle, let your nervous system regulate, let your deeper wisdom assess whether this unexpected thing is actually problematic or just unfamiliar. Unfamiliar isn't inherently bad. It's just unexpected. How do you typically respond to surprises, with openness or resistance? Let me tell you what might follow this unexpected action: vulnerability. Because doing something unexpected often means dropping pretense, showing cards that were previously hidden, risking rejection or judgment in service of authenticity. And vulnerability creates intimacy opportunities. If someone's about to be unexpectedly vulnerable with you, how you meet that vulnerability matters enormously. Not just for them, but for the potential of whatever connection you share. Mockery or dismissal would shut down possibilities. Curiosity and compassion would open them. Your reception shapes outcomes more than you might realize. Here's what I'm also sensing. Some of you might have been hoping for something specific from this person, and what they do unexpectedly might be exactly what you wanted, just packaged differently than you imagined, or arriving through a route you didn't anticipate. So don't dismiss it because it doesn't match your fantasy's choreography. Manifestation rarely follows our scripts precisely. The essence arrives, but the details vary. And sometimes those variations are actually improvements over what we thought we wanted. Stay flexible about form. Hold the intention loosely. What I'm picking up about the aftermath of this unexpected action, it could alter power dynamics between you and this person, shift who holds what cards, redistribute vulnerability, change the fundamental balance that's existed until now. And power redistribution always requires adjustment. Even when it's positive, even when it creates healthier equilibrium, change is still change, and adaptation takes time. So if things feel temporarily unstable after their unexpected move, that's normal. New balances need settling time. Give it that time. Don't rush to firm ground prematurely. How would you handle someone in your life completely surprising you? Let's talk about trust in the context of unexpected actions. When someone does something you didn't see coming, it can temporarily destabilize your sense that you know them. I thought I knew you becomes maybe I don't know you at all. But not knowing someone completely isn't betrayal. It's just reality. People contain depths we can't fully access. They evolve in directions we don't always track. And sometimes their evolution produces actions that surprise us precisely because we've been relating to who they were rather than who they're becoming. The unexpected might be evidence of growth, not deception. Here's what else I'm picking up. This unexpected action could involve courage you didn't know this person possessed. Seeing them step into bravery might actually increase your respect or attraction or appreciation, even if the action itself disrupts your comfort. Because courage is compelling. Watching someone face their fears and act anyway, that's powerful. And it might reveal dimensions of their character that were always present but never activated, never tested, never visible until circumstances demanded emergence. You might be witnessing that emergence soon. As I'm closing this reading, I want you to understand something. Unexpected doesn't mean unwelcome. Surprising doesn't mean bad. Unpredictable doesn't mean unsafe. Someone breaking pattern might be exactly what your dynamic needs to evolve past its current plateau. So prepare without panicking. Stay alert without becoming defensive. Create space for possibility without abandoning discernment. Someone might be about to show you something true about themselves that their usual presentation has obscured, and that truth could be gift, even if its wrapping is unfamiliar. Receive with openness, respond with consciousness. Trust your capacity to navigate whatever arrives. You've handled unexpected things before. You'll handle this too, and what feels like disruption now might look like breakthrough later. Stay grounded, stay present, stay curious. Thank you for being here. If this resonated, share in the comments who in your life might surprise you. How are you preparing to receive the unexpected? Unexpected actions often deliver exactly what we needed, just not how we expected to receive it.